Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, Robbie the Realtor. I'm Robbie, as always, your local realtor, your real estate concierge, and your small business advocate. I have the honor today of being joined by Dana Morris here at Buttermilk Provisions, the owner. Dana, thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, of course.
How are you?
I am well.
Good, good. I'm glad to see you guys back, thriving and busy again in this COVID world that we kind of live in. So
I know, it's kind of a weird
it is.
world that we are in right
That is
now.
true. But thank you so much for having us here today.
Yes, of course.
Just tell us a little bit about Buttermilk Provisions. Like, I know you started this a little over 4 years ago. That's correct?
Yeah.
All right, tell me about that process.
Our 5-year anniversay, which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that process a little bit? A couple things. Why did you decide on this location? Did you see something in Wesley Chapel 5 years ago that a lot of people are just now discovering? Tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so I mean, this is probably something that was a little bit before 5 years.
Okay, I'm sure.
I've been thinking about it probably for more like 20.
Nice.
But we live here.
Okay.
My home is Wesley Chapel.
Awesome.
For over 20 years. And so, it was kind of one of those things where we were feeling like an empty space that we needed for ourselves.
Right.
Like, hey, we want to have a place where we can go and get a really good specialty cup of coffee or something delicious that's like homemade.
Yes.
And that's kind of how we are at home. And
I love that.
so I kind of just wanted to open that up to the rest of the community.
Awesome.
And have a place where people feel comfortable and hang out.
I love it.
So that's what we've tried to create.
No, you definitely have. Well, that kind of leads right into one of my questions I had.
Yeah.
I feel like we grew up around the same time. So
Yeah.
you must be a Friends fan?
Yeah.
Okay, because I get a very Central Perk feel.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
We got the couch.
Yeah, of
People
course.
are here doing
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
having conversations. I've been here a bunch.
Yeah.
I love this place, my wife, my kids.
Yeah.
And you see people conducting business, casual conversations, people just listening to music, doing their own editing for their own thing. So
Yeah.
you have created that Central Perk of Wesley Chapel, so to speak. So
I
congratulations.
like it. I'll take that.
Yes,
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about
sure.
having this place. It's just being able to have a place where people can come and we get to know people. So
Yes.
it really is such a communal, fun time. I mean, it's
love
like
it.
having a good time at work.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
the most important part.
I know.
If you love what you're doing, you're not
I
even
know,
working,
it's
right?
great, yeah.
So, what kind of got you into this industry specifically? Did you always want to own a restaurant, and
Yeah.
was it always kind of a cafe that you wanted to own?
Yeah, it's funny, like we kind of evolved a little bit.
Okay.
We started out knowing that we wanted to do coffee and tea.
Right.
And then the food thing kind of just evolved. I've done baking for a long time.
Okay.
And worked in hospitality kind of throughout my career. It's not what I went to school for.
That's okay. I also did hospitality.
Come on.
No.
So yeah, that's kind of how it evolved, and then just listening to the community. What is it that people
Right.
are needing? So when we first started out, our menu was like this, and now
Yes.
it's like I feel ginormous.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And we're expanding and having
Okay.
even more stuff coming in the next few months.
I love that.
So,
Which you're leading right to my question. So you're
Yeah.
a professional at doing this. So
Yeah.
that being said, is there anything you can kind of give us a taste of what it looks like in the future for Buttermilk Provisions?
So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but definitely our regular customers know that we are in fact moving.
Okay.
So we're moving locations to the Grove.
Nice.
So we will be there.
That is like the
hopefully.
spot to go to.
I
It is
know,
going to be
it's
a
lot
hot
of
spot.
Really cool places that are opening up.
It
So we're
is.
super excited to be a part of that project.
Very cool.
And just kind of wanted to make sure that we were still kind of centrally located in Wesley Chapel.
Right. It's very important.
But it's really expensive to do business here.
Yes,
so we're
it
trying to
is.
make like strategic,
Which means the community's
decisions.
growing.
Yes. So with that, with the change of moving our location, we are going to be doing a lot of. We've already done the menu. I
Okay.
don't want to give it away.
No, that's okay.
But the menu is really amazing. There's going to be pretty much everything on the menu is either going to be vegan or gluten free.
That's amazing.
We're not going to have anything that's not one of those things.
Okay.
And that's kind of the area that we're really growing.
Yes.
We have a pretty big following of people who need that.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to try to continue to kind of push the boundaries
I love
with
that.
this menu items. And then just also really focusing on our coffee MC program and
Great.
beer and wine.
I know. That happened, what, a couple years ago that you guys got that license?
So about well, gosh, it's hard, like time.
I know, time.
Right?
This year doesn't even exist.
I know. But yeah, it's about a year and a half.
Okay.
We did. So it's, it's kind of been like an afterthought. We added it and
Right.
haven't really been able to focus too much on
Okay.
it because then we weren't even able to be open.
Right.
But when we move, we are going to have a pretty extensive beer and wine and then food to go home.
Awesome. Are you going to kind of keep that trend of local craft beers and wines?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
We're going to, we always have local coffee, local tea, and we're going to try to do the same thing with definitely beer. I mean, obviously local wines.
Oh, yeah.
A little
There's
difficult.
only a couple.
Yeah. But just, more of everything is, natural, organic coffee obviously is
Yes.
great, but a lot of natural wines, a lot of processes of vineyards that keep kind of the same philosophy
Right.
that we do.
I love that.
So,
Keep the same vision. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the menu. I've been here before,
Yeah.
but for our viewers, we have people that maybe haven't been here before, only been here a couple of
Yes.
times. So give us a little breakdown of what you guys have to offer.
So the mornings obviously are the busiest for our breakfast items, pastries. We make 100% of everything in-house.
Okay.
We don't bring anything in. So we create our menu every week, new flavors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Most of our baked items are either gluten-free or vegan.
Okay.
And then we have sandwiches like biscuits, quiche,
Oh,
yogurt.
yes. The quiche is
all this
amazing.
stuff. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really popular item.
Yes. Big fan of the acai bowls.
And then we have
Oh
the
my
bowls.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we do acai and pitaya. We are going to have a few new bowls
Okay.
at the Grove.
All right.
We're going to add smoothies. So
Oh.
just a little taste of adding some extra things.
I
Just
love
kind
it.
of what we do now, just expand
Just
it.
expanding. That's great for you guys. Well, like I
Yeah.
said, the point of this channel is to get people to know about our small businesses, especially here in the Wesley Chapel area.
We need
So
it.
to see you guys starting, 4 or 5 years ago, and now the fact that you guys are expanding and getting bigger and bigger, and you guys are also supporting local businesses with what
Yes.
you do, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what this is all about. We're a community, help each other, help each other. So I
It
love
feels
it.
good.
It does.
To do that.
Yes.
And also just to know, the people that we get our things from. I'm excited that, we have farms that are super close.
Yes.
We're able to get things from. We're able to pick some produce throughout the year.
That's great.
Those types of things. That's, just little things that make a little
Yeah,
bit of a
it
difference.
does.
And people might not necessarily know that that's the case, but
Right.
it's probably that thing that's like, oh, this is a little bit different.
Yeah, it is.
And we feel good about
I
it.
love that. Well, you've already answered one of my questions, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it anyways.
Yes.
Being a local, cafe
Yes.
with your made from scratch items, obviously, just by saying that, I know what sets you guys apart from the big boxes.
Yeah.
But what do you think makes you guys special?
I think personally, the thing that I feel different about when I'm here versus maybe some other of those big box places.
We don't have to name them.
It's just the personal,
Yes.
one-on-one connections.
Absolutely.
We have people who have really become, our family. I know it sounds so cliche.
No, that's
but it's
amazing.
really true. We do have a lot of people who we truly cherish
I love
their, obviously patronage and support
Yes.
during this time, but just having a relationship with people to be able to know, that we are getting them through some tough
Yes,
times.
and they're helping
getting
you
through
too.
us
Yes.
tough times, and so I don't know. I think that's the most important. That's definitely my favorite thing about it. And then also just being able to be like super creative, and
Yes.
do some really funky,
Absolutely.
throwing some things out there that maybe people haven't heard of before and that are a little, what
Yeah.
are they doing?
I gotta try this. Yes.
Okay, that's my second favorite.
I love
thing,
Okay. Speaking of creativity,
Yes.
I see you're drinking some tea.
Yes.
What gets your creativity juices going? What do you drink that
Yes.
gets you going every single day?
So, well, I drink matcha every morning.
Okay, good to know.
If I'm grumpy, you probably see me out. I have not had anything to drink.
That's okay.
So I do need that kind of to keep me going. I don't know, it's just relaxing.
It is.
It's
It's got great flavors.
comforting.
Yes.
I probably about a year and a half ago, I started going completely dairy-free.
Okay.
So I always drink it with oat milk,
Nice.
which I
Okay.
think is the most delicious thing ever.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I have every
Okay.
morning, usually.
Okay. Hey, it's a great drink.
And obviously you have to have a lot of coffee because we're dialing in
Right.
the espresso, so
Yes.
taking little sips here and there,
Right.
especially when we have a new bean and we're
Try it out.
trying things out,
Absolutely.
making sure it's perfect.
Gotta know your product.
Yes.
Okay. And then, behind us here,
Yes.
the wall,
Yes.
the chalk wall.
Yes.
What gives you the inspiration? I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's such a nice accent piece. What gives you inspiration for some of these, one, the drawings, the sayings are hilarious.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with this?
Well, when we first opened, it was just like a fun thing to kind of think, what are we going to put on the wall?
Okay.
And then over time, it's kind of become a safe haven for our staff to be creative
I
on.
love that.
So we have the lovely, just the fact that our staff is so creative as
Yes.
well. I think they're all artists, honestly.
I love
they are very creative. They love to throw drawings up there.
Okay.
Lots of times I'll come in the morning and there'll be stuff drawn all over the tables and stuff. So,
I love it.
we have a really good creative bunch, lots of artists, and it's a good way to express ourselves.
Yes.
Maybe make a message without being too
Absolutely.
messagey.
Okay. I love it.
And just a coming together of artists and community and fun.
Well, and I love that you give your team creativity to be able to come in here
Yeah.
and create these masterpieces. Because I feel like the industry that you guys work in, most of you guys are artists.
It
In
does
some
feel that
way,
way.
you guys
It
are
does really
artists.
feel
Yes.
that way.
It
Yeah.
does.
And whether it's, through food or drinks or actual art,
Right.
it's somehow we're all related.
Yes.
Music,
Something.
Yeah.
I love it. Ties you guys blend together. Great.
Yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about your hours of operation. I know you guys are pretty much open 7 days a week.
Yeah, so we did kind of take a hit with the way that things were for COVID. So we switched our hours from 7 to 8 to 4.
Okay.
So right now we're open 7 days a week, 8 to 4. We are going through a process right now because maybe a week or two ago, we were able to open from 50 to 100
That's
with
great.
the whole phase 3.
Yes.
So we are moving towards going back to our normal hours.
Great.
So I think on November 1st,
Okay.
fingers
Yes,
crossed,
yes.
we're working towards that just with staffing and
Great.
everything to be able to open back up again,
I love
7
it.
to 7.
Awesome.
So it's been kind of weird. It's like
I'm
a summer.
sure.
It's been kind of like a little summer
Right.
vacation, being
Yeah.
here only 8 to 4.
Absolutely.
But I know that a lot of people are missing us not opening at 7 as our usual time. So
Okay.
we're going to try to make that happen
Try to get
as
back.
soon as possible.
Awesome.
I think November 1st.
November 1st.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Again, so one thing I like to do to kind of end the channel
Yes.
is I do a lightning round.
Okay.
Being that we live in Tampa, home of the Stanley Cup champions, I like to rapid
baseball,
fire.
so-
Okay, that's
okay.
okay. Go Rays.
Yes.
I like to throw out some questions. They're really easy. Just first thing that comes to your mind. Okay.
Gosh.
You ready?
All right.
Okay.
Is this live?
This is live. Yes. All right. So we have spiked kombucha or all natural.
Oh, all natural.
Okay, all natural.
Yes.
Scone or Danish?
Oh, scone.
Scone. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
This is easy.
This is all right.
Give me
See,
something hard.
favorite season?
Winter.
Winter. Okay. Tea or coffee?
Gosh, that's
I know. See, I didn't choose the hard one.
That is hard. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with tea.
Okay.
I'm English.
There you
I have
go.
Tea in my bottle.
You have to.
I gotta go with tea.
And last question. This is probably the easiest question.
Yes.
Who's your favorite realtor?
Oh, well, it has to be you,
Oh,
right?
guys, look at that. You heard it here first.
This is an easy
This is
lightning.
an
You
easy
just
lightning.
gave me no
See, I know. I'm
challenges.
sorry. We'll come back next time. I'll have some harder questions for
Okay.
you. And
Sounds
Dana,
good.
before we end, if you don't mind, let's head back to the back here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the preview the items. Show me some of the drinks.
Sounds good.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
thank you.
Guys, let's go take a look. Back to that. This is a homemade, you can't see it, but let me show it to you. This is a homemade oatmeal cream pie with pumpkin. And then look at this beautiful latte, if you can see that. I mean, this is amazing, guys. You ready? This is the moment of truth. Here we go. First, it's morning time. We gotta take a sip of this. Oh, I could just chug this whole thing if it wasn't so hot. It's amazing. All right, here we go. Watch out, little Debbie. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Mom, for talking my mouth full, but this is amazing. Oh, like I say every week, guys, support your local businesses. Watch out, big box companies. These mom and pops, we're coming for you. As always, Robbie the Realtor, spread the word.